Fire!
Citizens! Citizens! Put an end to this chattering and hear me! The events of this past night have confirmed the fears that we have held. Who amongst you can now deny that the British ministry has conspired and contracted a plot to undermine our rights and deny us the freedom we have always known as Britons?
Captain, may I speak, sir?
Aye, I speak freely, sir.
Citizens, we must now accept and act upon those sentiments lately expressed by Patrick Henry. We can no longer lie supinely upon our backs and hug the phantom of hope till our enemy has bound us hand and foot. Citizens, if we wish to be free, then we must fight!
Good. Well, it's about time somebody have some sense around here.
We will have our property back, by God. This man will know not to trifle with us.
War is almost never a good thing for anybody. I don't think it's a matter of looking forward to the war. I think it's a matter of people looking forward to what that war might bring. It's people looking forward to what greater autonomy for us here in Virginia will bring. Looking forward to trade opportunities, being able to trade with people legally other than the British Empire. War is a scary thing. War is a terrifying thing. When wars happen, people die. Our crops are burned. Our homes are burned. We see our families driven out of their homes, so forth. It's never a good time. I think that what we are doing here is basically deciding that that risk is worth the reward.
All right, the situation is this. General Cornwallis and his forces are presently in command of the port of York, here right on the tip of the Virginia Peninsula. The French fleet has essentially blockaded the Chesapeake, the opening of the Chesapeake Bay right here, which leaves Cornwallis with few options. He can't escape by sea, he can't get reinforcements from the north. A soldier's life is hours and hours of boredom and a few moments of sheer stark terror. And I'm sure that hasn't changed throughout the ages. Well, in the colonies, we've been used to governing ourselves for a long, long time until fairly recently the British have pretty much let us govern ourselves. When it comes down to raising taxes, and we do not have any representation in Parliament, when it comes down to forbidding us to settle past the mountains, turning the Northwest Territories over to Quebec, well, we do have some grievances against the King, so we hope to gain not only our independence as a nation, but our freedom to move in as we want and settle the rest of the continent as we choose.
I've become renowned as the author of our Declaration of American Independence, and, well, when many ask me, Mr. Jefferson, where did these thoughts begin for you? Was it in Philadelphia, that June of 1776, when you picked up the pen to write it? Was it 900 feet above sea level at your home, on top of a mountain, Monticello? I say no. Our declaration began for me right here in Williamsburg. In that opportunity to pursue an education, to become familiar with how important history is as a lesson from which we may learn. For rest assured, the prophets of the future will be found in the wisdom of the past.
The year is anywhere between 75 and 77 today. That is the time I am in. However, I can answer questions from the past and sometimes even from the future.
The war for independence is finally over, but the American Revolution continues forever. The nation builders a new government did master, but they left some questions unanswered. What of slavery? What of women? What of laws and education and freedoms given? It is up to you to continue the fight and keep fighting until all have their natural rights. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness are key to honoring and preserving this centuries-long democracy.
When, in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
Okay.
Now that's a fire.
They had their own freaking air force. Yeah.
I spent 31 years in the military. I spent a good part of the early years in the United States Marine Corps, and I served in Vietnam as a machine gunner. And it was an experience that I will never, ever forget, because it's day-to-day life is tough when your whole life depends on doing your job to stay alive. And not everybody gets to come home, and that's hard. It's very hard. But you learn to appreciate different things in life. Freedom's not free. Someone has to die for it.
Could win independence from an empire, if immigrants could leave behind everything they knew for a better life on our shores, if women could be dragged to jail for seeking the vote, if a generation could defeat a depression and define greatness for all time, if a young preacher could lift us to the mountaintop with his righteous dream, then surely we can give everyone in this country a fair chance at that great American dream.